Hello, my lovely people. You're welcome back to the Afrofood Diary. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to this week's yummy episode, this week's meal diary. Guess what I have in my hands? This is Fiofio. That's what we call it. It's a native beans, but it's very, very strong. Like to cook it, it takes a lot of time. So if I'm going to be making this, I figured I would need a crock pot, like a pressure pot to cook this. Okay, I'll be showing you guys how I make it. So first I needed to pick it because it was quite filled with, dirt and the sand and dust, all those things. So after cleaning it, I used the sieve as well just to make sure I get rid of every dirt. In fact, at a point I got tired of picking, so I just left the rest. Yeah, this is the dirt and all that. And I'm going to just wash it now. You can see when I put some water in it, even no matter how much I wash it, some still kind of float on top. Those ones are actually dead and gone. So I just sieve it off and then I put extra water and wash it like that until I'm satisfied with the washing. Okay, just with cold water. My pressure pot is quite deep, so it will be enough for the amount of beans I'm cooking. So whenever you're making it with a pressure pot, beans kind of swells when you cook it. It rises, so you need to have enough space to actually cook what you're cooking inside. So be mindful of the quantity you're cooking and so that you'll be able to have enough water and not have it overflow, if you get what I mean. So I add enough water to cover the beans. I'm doing this in this particular pressure pot for the first time, so I need to watch, stop it in between, and check and be sure that everything is going as I planned it. Okay. So meanwhile, I like to add a little bit of oil in the beans as well, and some crayfish seasoning cube and pepper and onions. That's all. It's a very native, like native kind of beans. I don't want to infuse any foreign flavor into it, just so those ingredients are the only thing I add to it. And then I tried to cook it for the first 45 minutes and then I took it down and checked, added more water and then cooked it for another 45 minutes. In total, it took an hour 30 minutes to cook these beans and it was ready. So this is me trying to serve it the next morning. We're going to use it to eat pap, okay? But there are other ways you can make fiofio. You can, don't worry, I'm going to be sharing another recipe, what I do with fiofio. But the rest, now that it's ready properly cooked, I can now save it in the fridge and use it to make other dishes when I feel like making them. Okay? So we're going to be having custard. Yeah, a lot of people struggle to make pap, especially custard. It's quite tricky. So one of the rules is make sure you mix it to be thick enough, okay? Let it not be already watery before you're pouring in your pap. And then as soon as your water boils, like I feel it's easier when you boil water in electric kettle. That way it's not kind of bubbling and rolling. When you boil water on firewood, you need to give it some time for the water itself to settle, because if you begin to pour it as soon as the water is still raw boiling, if you get what I mean, it messes up the pap for you, like you get lumps in the pap. Okay, so but let the water cool off a little bit if you boiled it over the firewood or maybe the strong kind of stove heat. But if you use electric kettle, as soon as it boils, then begin to pour the water. If your other hand is strong enough, you can stir as you pour so that you can feel it thicken and know when to stop. But if you rather pour and watch, then you watch as soon as the pap changes color, like it did in this case, you will know that. In fact, you will feel the difference from when you started pouring in the water, okay? So it's more of something you need to watch and allow yourself to make mistakes over time and you will learn it. I'm going to be making meat pies, so I decided to make my filling the night before, and this is me trying to finish off the pies early in the morning. Okay, visiting a friend and needed to go with something. Another thing we made this week is rice. You will notice that we eat a lot of rice because I love rice because you can actually eat rice with different things. If not stew, you can eat it with sauce, even soup, guys. Sometimes I eat my rice with normal soup. Okay, yeah. So rice is ready and I have stew here cooking. Yeah, I'm gonna make the stew plain and then try to grill some chicken and put on the side. So sometime within the week, I needed to, we were having rice, so I steamed some kidney beans with vegetables, okay? And then the leftover stew, I added some fish to it. And here is our rice and dinner is ready. Leftovers are your best friends on busy days, I tell you. When other people make food for me, I'm really happy because I know I cook a lot myself. So on this day, a friend visited, so she made peppered momo and shaki, and then she made this favorite omaya soup. You know, she made okazi soup with some egusi, and that is our poundo for enjoying it. Meanwhile, guys, when you eat all these good things, you also need to have some bit of fruit on the side, right? So here is me squeezing some fresh orange juice just to get things going down. So here we are going to draw the curtain for this week's meal diary. I hope you enjoyed watching, guys, and I hope you caught one or two tips from my cooking. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit the like button and share with your friends. Thank you so much and do have a lovely weekend. Bye.